The biggest change for this year is a new 7.0-inch lower touchscreen that Acura says is more responsive than the outgoing model, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. The MDX is still offered as a single model, with advanced technology packages effectively acting as trim levels. All-wheel drive, which Acura calls Super Handling all-wheel drive, is available at every stop for $2,000 more. Last year, the MDX Sport Hybrid model was added to the lineup that adds standard all-wheel drive and a relatively unique electric motor setup that improves fuel economy and handling. Last year, those models added $1,500 to the bottom line when compared apples to apples with similarly equipped MDX SHAWD versions. It's a compelling value proposition, although Acura hasn't yet detailed pricing for that model in 2018. We'll report back when they do. Without extra batteries, the MDX makes 290 horsepower and is mated to a 9-speed automatic. Its ride is sublime, and its unique all-wheel drive system should be considered for cold weather buyers. The MDX Sport Hybrid mates the same, but detuned, engine to a pair of electric motors that power the rear wheels only. It's a clever system cribbed from Acura's NSX Supercar and RLX hybrid model. We like all of the above, and place the MDX near the top of our list for luxury crossovers. We say the Acura MDX looks more like a sport wagon to our eyes than an SUV. Is that a bad thing? The 2018 Acura MDX stands pat after a redesign last year. That's a good thing. Its exterior curves and features help shrink the prolific size of the MDX, and looks closer to a wagon in our eyes than an upright SUV. We give the MDX points above average for a good interior and exterior moves. Last year's redesign smoothed over the corporate beak, or perhaps you saw bot opener? That plagued Acura design for years. The new MDX hasn't changed much else since 2014, when it was completely overhauled. Reshaped bumpers and fenders last year helped align the MDX with its sharp LED headlight array, and better fit into the Acura stable. We think Acura has smoother moves on the horizon, but for now, the MDX looks just fine, even a little sporty. Inside, the interior reads a little technophile with a push-button shifter and dual infotainment screens. It manages to miss the redundancy that other cars with dual screens fall victim to, but we still think one is enough. The rest of the interior is plain and relatively straightforward, mostly missing overly complicated interior themes. Optional wood grains can add a touch of elegance to the mix without too much clutter. Performance. The 2018 Acura MDX is a winner on the road thanks to its calm demeanor, even better when equipped with a hybrid powertrain. The 2018 Acura MDX performs very well for its class, which is to say the ride and comfort come before outright performance. The Acura MDX Sport Hybrid is intriguing for many reasons, but we suspect that more buyers will pick the traditional powertrain. We give the MDX a point above average for a glassy ride, even on optional 20-inch tires. It turns us in the years following a major refresh. Automakers don't usually add a whole bunch of new kit to a car. But the 2018 Acura MDX, 1 year past its last refresh, didn't get that memo. To start, the 2018 MDX gets your standard year-over-year update. Paint. Basque Red will be available on base and technology trims, while San Marino Red will be offered on the advanced trim. Why does it need two different reds? I don't know. Maybe PPG, or whoever Acura's paint supplying is, had a sale or something. The biggest news for the 2018 model year, though, is a redesigned infotainment system. The clunky named ODMD 2.0 infotainment system still sports a complicated and occasionally annoying two-screen setup, but there's a new 7-inch capacitive touchscreen with a 30% improvement in response time. It supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Safety fans will be happy that the MDX comes standard with Acura Watch, Acura's suite of passive and active safety systems. It packs forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control. A backup camera is standard, with the option for a surround view camera system that gives the driver bird's eye view of the area around the car. Under the hood, everything is the same as before. The base powertrain is a 3.5-liter V6 good for 290 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque, mated to the buyer's choice of front-wheel or all-wheel drive. The MDX Sport Hybrid is still available, too, with electric motors driving the rear wheels while a gas engine takes care of the front two. The front-drive MDX will achieve between 19 and 20 miles per gallon in the city, and 27 miles per gallon on the highway. All-wheel drive is a bit thirstier, but not by much, dropping to 18 to 19 miles per gallon in the city and 26 miles per gallon on the highway. The 2018 Acura MDX arrives at dealers on September 20, 2017, carrying a starting price of $44,200, which is just $150 higher than last year's model.